Alright guys, so I'm gonna make a statement here, and this statement in particular is probably not gonna be surprising to many individuals, but that's the fact that the Call of Duty community is absolutely spineless. Anyways, you guys remember my last video titled More Bad News for Black Ops 6? In this video, I kinda just went over the fact that Microsoft was raising their Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription from $16 a month to, I believe, $20 a month. I said this was ridiculous, and of course, there was mixed reception for that video. Half the people that watched the video said, yeah, they're greedy, and they shouldn't be raising the prices simply because Call of Duty is coming to Game Pass. And then of course we had the other half of the Call of Duty community, the absolute bootlicking portion of the Call of Duty community that had to sit there and lick the boots of Activision and Microsoft and defend the fact that the price increase was coming to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And of course, I expect this, being a Call of Duty content creator, a lot of people in this community just don't give a fuck, and they just seem to think that, oh, I'll just spend more money and it doesn't really make that much of a difference, which fine, do what you want with your money, but I just have to say that I'm not the only one who kind of holds this whole idea towards the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription price increasing. Because if you look at this Charlie Intel tweet, he says the US FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, which is still in appeals over its case against Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, filed a letter to the court stating Xbox raising Game Pass prices are inconsistent with Microsoft's claims that the acquisition and Call of Duty being added would not increase prices. The letter claims that Microsoft discontinuing the Game Pass console tier is another example of consumer harm caused by allowing the deal to go through. And I've stated this numerous times. I stated this when Call of Duty was talking about being, bought by Microsoft a little while back. I said they're gonna have a monopoly and they're not gonna sit there and just let everything run business as usual. They're just gonna make it more and more anti-consumer. And a lot of people in this community seem to miss the big point, the big picture when it comes to this entire thing. And that's the fact that when they start adding things like this, where they increase prices of their subscriptions and they just get a little bit more money, a little bit more money, a little bit more money out of you, and then they start cutting costs by laying off workers, firing people, etc., and still providing a subpar product, which I shouldn't say that because we haven't got a Microsoft Call of Duty yet, so Black Ops 6 will be the first one. But I'm not holding my breath for a big, large conglomerate corporation to be making a good game with the players in mind. They're going to be doing this to make as much money as possible, and I myself am not the only one who thinks this is bad for the consumer, because the fucking Federal Trade Commission also thinks that this is bad for the consumer. So for all of the spineless Call of Duty fanboys in the comment section that just want to completely defend Call of Duty and Microsoft for their absolutely anti-consumer practices, this one's for you. Another thing I want to, bring up on the whole Game Pass Ultimate price increase thing is the fact that I didn't state this in the video last time, but I want to make it perfectly clear that the majority of Call of Duty players are not gamers, so they're gonna go out and buy a Game Pass Ultimate subscription specifically for playing Call of Duty. And while I agree that there was people that were saying, well, if you buy Call of Duty, or you buy Game Pass, I should say, specifically for playing Call of Duty, then you're an idiot. And I agree you're an idiot, but in case you guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of room temperature IQ people here in the Call of Duty community, so there's gonna be a lot of people that go into this buying the Game Pass Ultimate subscription thinking that it is a better option than buying the game for $70. If you're buying the entire year, like I stated in my last video, please just go out and buy the game for $70. I'm not advocating for anyone to spend any sort of money on this game, but if you're going to and you plan on playing it for the year, the cheapest option seems to be just buying the game outright. Although, like I stated, I don't recommend doing that. But besides that, right, besides this whole US FTC thing going on and the fact that the Federal Trade Commission themselves think that this is scummy and bad for the consumer, let's not even talk about this. We're gonna go into point number 2. And you all saw the title, you all heard the intro. The Call of Duty community is absolutely spineless. And this is a perfect fucking example of why the Call of Duty community is one of the most spineless communities in all of gaming. So, I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm gonna be, reporting this thing from another game, right? And this game that I'm talking about in particular is called Apex Legends. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it, the free-to-play battle royale. It's not my thing. I'm not a BR guy. If I'm being completely honest with you, Apex Legends, Warzone, PUBG, all of these games, Fortnite, they can go pound a fat load of sand. I don't want them anywhere near the FPS space, but I understand there's a market for the BR players, and if you guys enjoy that kind of thing, go right ahead and knock yourself out. But there's something that started happening with Apex, and that's the simple fact that they kind of fucked their battle pass, and this is reported here by @esports. And I'll just read this tweet for you guys so you guys can kind of understand what's going on, and then I'm going to draw a comparison to something with Call of Duty, just so I could show you how spineless the fucking Call of Duty community is. So without further ado, the tweet reads, players are upset with the new pricing for the Apex Legends Battle Pass. The tier that could normally be purchased with rewards from the previous Battle Pass will now cost $10 twice per season. So in short right now, let's just, break this down real simple for the Call of Duty community, right? People in Apex Legends are review bombing their fucking game, and I'll be putting a screenshot up on screen right now. Apex Legends, as it sits right now, for the recent reviews, are overwhelmingly negative. The community has made their voice heard because they don't want to spend $10 twice per season, so that is a whopping $20. They are pissed off in a free-to-play game that they have to spend $20 on a fucking battle pass, right? And I don't think that battle passes are good for any sort of game, especially since you've already purchased the game in Call of Duty's case, and then you have to go out and spend more money for the battle pass. Apex Legends and these free-to-play games kind of get away with it because there's no barrier to entry. You can just kind of get into the game. You don't have to worry about it, and then you have to shell out your $10, $20, whatever. It's not a huge deal, right? But Call of Duty multiplayer, let's not forget, Call of Duty multiplayer is a $70 fucking game, right? And if you go on the Steam reviews for Call of Duty, you'll see that they're mixed reviews, and at the time of recording this, 61% of the recent reviews for Call of Duty were positive. Now, they're mostly mixed, but they're still positive. So mixed is like a 50-50 split, 60-40 sometimes. People are gonna sit there and be like, okay, the game's not terrible. Apex Legends, which is a free-to-play fucking game, put out two $10 battle passes, and they got review bombed into fucking oblivion to overwhelmingly negative. Now, me as somebody who's talked bad about Call of Duty's business practices for the longest fucking time, I remember when Black Cell was released, right? And I said specifically regarding Black Cell that if this doesn't get enough attention and people don't make enough of a fucking stink on Call of Duty, that they're gonna continue to put the battle pass, the stupid Black Cell shit, in the game. And what happened in that case, right? Call of Duty comes out and says, here's whatever the regular 1100 COD point bundle for the battle pass, right? You can buy the battle pass with 1100 COD points. And then they gave you another tier for Black Cell, which is a whopping $29.99. That is $30. That is $10 more than the Apex Legend battle pass for the two, ones that they have there. So the $10 twice, it's $10 more than what this free-to-play game is going through. And what happened whenever Call of Duty released the Black Cell battle pass? Who made any sort of content on that? I made content on that, said it was fucking stupid. There was a few select individuals that did it, but the vast majority of this absolutely spineless community decided to buy Black Cell anyways. And I'll make one thing perfectly clear to people watching this video. I don't give a flying fuck if you purchase Black Cell and you think it's the greatest thing that ever came out of the game. You're paying $30 fucking dollars for a battle pass in a $70 game. You're almost spending half the price of the game for one season's worth of content. And guess what's happening? Black Ops 6 is releasing, and all of those Black Cell bundles and skins and shit, you can kiss those goodbye because there's no carryover to Black Ops 6. And in typical Call of Duty community fashion, nobody gave a shit about the fact that the carryover is not coming back either. So all that shit that you just spent a shitload of money on is completely gone. Like I've stated in the past before, guys, I don't care what you guys do with your money. If you want to go there and buy Black Cell or buy the battle pass or buy all these cringy skins, go right ahead. Knock yourself out. I'm not pocket watching you. I'm not telling you what you do with your money. But the fact of the matter is, the more and more we accept this garbage, the more and more it's going to leech its way in to our favorite game. The community over at Apex Legends made their voice heard, but the Call of Duty community just sits there and takes it lying down. And this is why we find ourselves in the predicament we find ourselves in right now. Now, speaking of skins, before I end off this video, I just want to go over some cringy ass shit that I see here for Season 5 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I just have to say, this is just like the little last part of the video, and I'm just going to put this here so you guys can all have a nice little laugh. But this is a Charlie Intel tweet, and it says, more crazy skins coming in Modern Warfare 3 X Warzone Season 5. And of course, I'll put this on screen right now. I don't really think I need to say anything. I'm seeing right now 1, 2, 3, 4 skins that I'm cringing at. No pun intended, 4 skins. Haha, you're hilarious, Dev. But anyways, Call of Duty's chalked. Black Ops 6 is not going to be a good game. It's going to be riddled with microtransactions and shit, especially since it's a Black Ops game, and a lot of people don't seem to realize that Microsoft and Activision and everything, They love to sit here and do this whole fucking thing with putting a popular nameplate and then making a subpar fucking mid Call of Duty. But I guess we'll see. I'm not a fortune teller. Maybe Black Ops 6 is the greatest Call of Duty of all time, and I have no way of knowing that. Maybe I'm just a fucking hater. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. It feels good to be back. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to like the video, comment down below for the algorithm, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on so you never miss when I upload a video. And I'll catch everybody in the next one. Peace.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough.